Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Abe with MysticGenmara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your elemental rune reading for the week of October 12th through the 18th of 2025. These readings are general readings, so you might see this later, you might see this different year even, and you'll get whatever you need to out of each one because source brings through messages like that. So what I like to do with these is we just pull a couple of runes for each of the elemental energies. If you're curious as to why I read for the elements, there's a video linked in the description. And there's also a natal interpretation chart. If you've never had your charts read, it just gives you the base 12 houses and what all those little signs and symbols mean in about 10 to 20 pages. And there's even a little section in there on your elemental alignment, so it can be kind of interesting to see where you fall on the elemental side of things. So let's start off with our fire family, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And our fire family, we start off with, find the right page, the Degas rune, which is the rune of the day. Color is light blue. Tarot association is temperance. Astrology is dark moon. Awakening and clarity. It's success, prosperity, and abundance in life. So fire, you're starting off of really tapping into that deeper intuition, because this is not going to be the bold and daring aspect of a lot of our fire energy. This is that more quiet, that dark of the moon, where things just happen. When you're in ultimate darkness and your mind really starts to process stuff, you actually step into a different form of clarity, and that's what's being brought forward. But it's also saying when you hit that clarity, it's like you're back in the daylight again. So it's not, you're not going to live in the dark, but you're in that dark moon period because there's something new that is coming into your awareness or shifting right now. So that's kind of a cool energy. And our second rune for fire is the Tiawaz rune, which is Tyr, the god of war. Color is bright red. Tarot association is justice, and astrology is Libra. So this is an air energy coming in to support our fire family. Signifies courage and energy, the power to weave patterns of your own life. Fire, with these two runes coming together, whatever's new is something that you're going to be able to integrate really rapidly into your life, and this is going to be supported by Libra coming in to help you analyze, plan things out, fan your flames, so to speak. But you really have this energy of finding a balance, but also of being able to step forward into the unknown because you already are aware of who and what you are, so you don't need to question it. It's more of like, no, I got this, I'm going over here. And it's like I said, there's something new that's going to come out of that darkness. It's something that's going to come out of kind of a quiet period, almost a dark night of the soul energy is what I'm feeling. And it could just be a quiet meditative session as well that brings forward this new state. But with Tiawaz, that god of war aspect coming in, you definitely are working with very projective energy. So it's like you're starting off quiet and then it's just going to ramp up and you're really going to take off. So that's pretty cool for fire. Let's take a peek at our earth family, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And fire, we are starting off with Fehu, which is color of light red. Tarot association is the Tower. Astrology is Aries. So you're working with a little bit of fire going on here. It's good luck, success, fertility, and harmony. Although with this one, you also have a little bit of divine feminine and masculine coming forward. And we also have this energy of something has to be taken down or removed so that you can move forward. Aries is good about getting flashy and getting things going, but sometimes Aries is a little destructive. But what I'm feeling right now is Earth, this is what you need. You need this creative destruction. You need to kind of break some patterns or reset some cycles because something is just really kind of dragging you down right now energetically, and they're saying it's time to really analyze what's going on here and flip the script a little bit, kind of clear out the dross, if you will. Your second rune is the Jira rune, the rune of the year. Color is light blue. Tarot association is the Fool. Astrology is Earth, so this is tying into you, Earth. Cycles of nature and life, something coming to fruition, effort receiving its rewards. So Earth, this is also indicating this Fool energy. You are tearing something down, you're revamping something for a reason, and it's triggering the Fool, which is where you start off and you're that naive idiot that doesn't know anything, and you're tra-la-laing through life, and it's always going to be magical and fun. Well, it's always going to be magical. Fun can be interesting at times. But when you have these two types of energies coming in together, it's really bringing forward this consciousness of, yes, there's something new coming in. You might have to remove something to actually fully realize what's actually happening here. It's not as simple as, oh, I just removed this one thing and it's there. No, you remove the one thing and that starts you down the path to where you really wanted to go. And if you're not sure, that could be that block. That could be where you kind of have to tear something apart a little bit, break apart that lump of coal to find that diamond in the middle type of a thing, or you have to sit there and pan for a while if you've ever panned for gold, and it takes a minute to get down to where you can actually get to the thing that you're looking for. But this energy is saying you've got to start somewhere, and when you remove the blockage, when you remove the thing that's holding you back, or at least stopping forward progress, it allows you to start down the next path. And it's indicating specifically start, because you're not sure how you're going to do this yet. You know you need to go there, but you're not sure how. And that's where that Fool comes in, where, yeah, you're heading in the right direction, you have no idea what you're doing, which can be kind of fun, but also a little bit of a challenge. So let's hop over to our air family here. And air, we're starting you off with, oh goodness, there it is. Thurizaz, the god of strength, color is bright red, tarot association is the Emperor, and astrology is Mars. So air and fire are definitely having their little powwow again this week, so it could be interesting. Protection, someone providing help or good news coming in. So the fire energy could be protecting, and you could be supporting fire as a thank you. There's an energy of cyclical patterns going on. With Emperor and Mars, you're definitely in this energy of something is happening, something is being projected, something is very active participant, and I'm getting this energy of leadership stepping up as well. So you could be supporting the fire leader, or it could be that the fire is letting you step into that light. But there's a lot of push going on here, and it's push in the positive way, but you're definitely not standing still right now, air. Not that air stands still ever, but your second rune is the Rado rune, which is the long journey on horseback. Again, you're not standing still. Color is bright red. Tarot association is the Hierophant. Astrology is Sagittarius. You're still working with a lot of that fire, so if air fire, you are definitely doing things this week. It indicates a physical journey, pleasant ones, journeys that brings positive development. It can also indicate spiritual growth or changes. And when you look at these two energies together, air, you are working very strongly with fire this week. Again, I think you worked that way last week or the week before, but it was this particular bonding. And if you're a person who has air and fire really high up in their charts, this is an indication that you by yourself are going to be dealing with all of these interesting energies. The Emperor and the Hierophant, the Emperor is, the way I view the tarot, that is the god energy. That is the divine masculine. The Hierophant is the high priest. This is the energy that you have gained mastery over an aspect of the divine, and so now you're teaching it and you're able to process it out. So you're definitely in this energy, that kind of an energy shift going on. And the long journey, and like I said, there's something shifting for you. You're definitely in motion, and that's where spiritual protection and growth comes in. And if you've got a fire partner, friend, or acquaintance that is with you, you two are feeding on each other, and you're helping each other go to lengths that you didn't think possible. This week could be a week of really powerful new ideas, air. This could be a week of very strong intuitive guidance. It could also be the ultimate aha moment for a problem that you've been working on. They're showing this like big old light bulb flashing on, but it's because of you working with this fire energy that's going to trigger that, because the intellectual and analytical side of life can be a little bit on the everything has to fit into a box, but when you throw a bunch of passionate fire into that, it triggers a humongous wave of new ways of looking at things, and that's what's coming up for air. Actually air and fire, but we're talking to air right now. So Let's hop over to our water family, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, all of our fishies out there. And water, you also have the Tiawa's Tyr God of War rune. Color's bright red, tarot association is justice, and astrology is Libra, so you're working with air as well. And that could be an interesting balance of power. Air is so strongly tied to fire this month. This could be a bit of a challenge for you, water, just heads up. It's courage and energy, the power to weave the patterns of your own life. Water is not trapped by really anything. If it really wants to go somewhere, it's going to go. It will cut through anything. I've watched it tear down mountains. It's not something that you can contain or control the way you might think you can. And that's where this God of War energy is coming in. Water, this is going to be a week of transformation. And especially if you're on the more sensitive side, Cancer, it's time to tap into your strengths. What is your strengths? Is it emotional strength? Which in that case, you're looking more Scorpio, Pisces, because they can be a little emotional in their own way, but it's because they understand differently. And that's what your strength is. Find your strength this week. If you already know, be aware that it's going to be challenged a little bit. There's definitely going to be something that makes your emotions or whatever your strengths are have to come to the front to work a little protection energy for you. Your second rune, and if you're someone who meditates and prays, this is definitely a week to do rosaries, malas, things like that. And I'm hearing that you want to carry quartz with you. I don't know who that's for, but this week for water, carry some quartz. You can carry whatever else you want, but they're saying quartz is going to be beneficial. So your second rune is the Laguz rune, which is the water rune. So this is you guys, water. Color is deep green. Tarot association is the star. Astrology is the moon. Unconscious intuition, mystery, psychic awareness, hidden sources of creativity. This is how you're going to cope this week, how things are going to resolve for you. You have Tyr, God of War, coming forward saying, yeah, you've got some challenges this week. There's going to be a little bit of an issue coming up, and it doesn't say it's going to be bad, but it's definitely going to make you flex your strengths pretty heavy this week. But with this one coming in, it's saying this is how you escape. This is how you cope with it. It's not saying that you're going to be able to just escape everything altogether, but tapping into your unconscious, tapping into your intuition, and really do the thing that inspires your creativity. If that is listening to music so you can write or paint or whatever, this is what you're doing. This is how you're going to be able to keep your sanity as the muscles are getting stretched and flexed this week. It's not saying, again, I'm not hearing negative specifically. It's more of a pay attention. There are things at play that you may not be aware of that may lead to a little bit more of a challenge than you're normally going with. Sorry, they kept showing me images. I'm like, I need words. So when you're going forward this week, water, it definitely take the time to do the things that you enjoy, because that's going to help revive you and keep you ready to deal with anything else that may come up. Again, I am not hearing negative. It's just going to be more of those challenges that help you grow. So something to think about. Overall, this week, fire and air, you guys are in cahoots again, so enjoy cahoots. This is going to be a powerful week of shifting and growth. There's not one sign that's not moving this week, so pay attention to how things are shifting. Use your intuition, use your inner guidance. Really watch for the signs and symbols. Pay attention to dreams is another way to really keep up on that, because there's a lot of things happening this week energetically for the elements. So let me know in the comments down below what's going on in your life, if it's chaos or not. With that, I will let you guys go. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you in the next video.